I needed some time to really think about this video, where I wanted to go with my thoughts. It's about a day now since Arsenal have lost to Liverpool. They lost at a score of 1-0 in Anfield, of course. So, expecting 3 points was tough, but I did expect it. Or not necessarily expect it, but I thought it was possible with this team. And I was just very, very disappointed in the manager yesterday. The manager was the number one reason that I think Arsenal lost yesterday, and that's what I want to talk about today. And you could see it clearly with the tactics. When you look at that lineup in the midfield, Zubimendi, Marino, Rice, where's the creativity? There's none. And I understand at the same time why they wanted to put Marino in there, because maybe they wanted to be more physical. I mean, let's not sugarcoat how good, Liverpool's attack is, but you're also Arsenal. You have the best defense in the world. I feel confident saying that. I think Arsenal have the best defense in the world. And I guess Arteta just really wanted to be a little bit more defensive-minded in this game, putting Marino there. But it really, really, really created it killed any creativity in yesterday's game. And then, of course, for me, the dagger was putting Martinelli at the start on the left. Again, I understand Eze has not played with this club before, but let's not act like this guy doesn't know how to play football. Like, he's not one of the best, at his position in the Premier League. Like, he wasn't just cooking up a week and a half ago with Crystal Palace. Again, I understand, but it just was really brutal seeing Martinelli out there, man. It was just rough, and you could see within the first 20 to 30 minutes of the game, he just was not going to be providing anything for this freaking team. It's just the same stuff, dude. He really can't make anyone, he can't get past any defenders. He can't really make anything happen. He wasn't distributing balls to Victor Gyökeres in the box. It was just the same old stuff that we've seen numerous years. And it's just frustrating with Martinelli because you know that this guy has something there, but it's just not enough. And it's not good enough for this squad. And I just don't understand what Arteta sees in him so much that he's like, yeah, this is the guy. I understand because you're down injuries. And again, Eze's first start. But maybe you go Trossard there. I didn't love it. And I'll get into this in a little bit. But I really think he should have been subbed off a little earlier. But again, we'll talk about that in a second. But it's just frustrating with Martinelli because we've seen this guy get so many chances. He had chances all last year. He had chances throughout 2023. He never established himself as, a premier left winger, especially for this club. And I know Arteta was in a tough situation, but man, it just felt like you were playing for a draw yesterday instead of going into Anfield looking for 3 points. And that's why I just feel so icky about this game. And again, that's what I was saying is just like, okay, so the lack of creativity, you're starting Martinelli. It just didn't feel like Arsenal were really going in with the mentality that they tried to win. And one of the reasons I felt good about Arsenal going into this week was that Arsenal had such a good record against the Big Six in the last couple of years. So obviously they're doing something right. But we've seen this burn them at times. In the 2023 campaign, you go to City and you get a draw. Looking back, if you even won that game, I know it would have been tough, but you probably win the league. Stuff like that kills you. Just some games last year, you get the draw against City last year from playing the just terrible, not terrible ball, but on the eyes, it's tough. It's tough because, again, a point at Anfield is great, but it just feels like for where Arsenal are right now as a club, even with injuries, we don't have to have the mentality to play for a draw. We should have the mentality to go out there and go into Anfield and at least try to win the game, not let them put pressure on you. And that's, again, where Arsenal got burned yesterday. Not enough attack, too late, too little. And you want to defend all day, that's great. Again, that's great. But you have to have enough attack there, and they didn't. And then, of course, they get a free kick in the 82nd minute, I think it was. Szoboszlai with a fantastic shot. Nothing Raya could have done there. Credit to him. And again, that's what showed me that, okay, whatever Liverpool are doing and that they've been doing the last year shows that they have the mentality of champions. That they, in these tough games, even at home, when they have the support for them and everything, and still things aren't going their way, they don't fold. They make something out of nothing. They go for the win. And I just feel like that's what Arsenal have been lacking at times. Like, I feel like if Liverpool were going into the Emirates, would Liverpool be playing for a draw? I don't think so. I think they'd be trying to play for a win. And I just don't know if you can say the same about Arsenal in some of these big moments. And that's, again, not trying to go on some super long rant here. I still back Arteta. But that's just what's frustrating about some of these games where it's just like, dude, we look like the better team in the first 45 minutes. But then you don't capitalize on that. You make late subs. And it's just like, dude, you're just you have a lot of stuff down, but it just feels like this one part of your game and your coaching is just not connecting with what's on the pitch. You need to be a little bit better in those situations, in my opinion. And really, yeah, that's my last thing with Arteta today or yesterday was the subs. It was just the subs. Why is Eze and Odegaard coming on in the 70th minute? I was watching the game with a friend. I think that they should have been on at halftime. I mean, I honestly would have started Eze, but again, I trust Arteta. He knows more than me. But why did we wait so long to put Eze on? Why did we wait so long to put Martin Odegaard on? Even if you were worried about Martin and his injury, let's put Nwaneri on. You put Dalman on before Nwaneri. Some of the subs were just like, and again, it just didn't feel like you were playing for a freaking win. It didn't feel like you were playing for 3 freaking points. It felt like you were playing for 1, and you didn't even get 1. It just feels very, very frustrating. Again, it's week 3. We're going into international break. We're getting Saka back soon. It's just frustrating, man. I wanted to see growth within the club's mindset this year when you have all this attack now. And we'll have to see them when they're healthy. But play for the damn win. I'd rather go down playing for the win than 1 point. That's just me. That's all I have to say about this. On to some positives for the game for Arsenal. Number 1, I thought Mascara. I thought he looked really good for what he was called to do. 6 minutes in, Saliba goes down with an injury. They have to take him out. You put Mascara in, the 21-year-old, his first time really, really playing in the Prem, and it's on the road at Anfield in a big game. And I thought he looked good. He was a little shaky on the ball in the beginning with some of his passes. Didn't look very confident. But as time went on, I felt like he settled in and he did a really good job. And again, this is one of the reasons why I was so big on Arsenal this year with the depth is, and just for this kid in general, because they're going to be able to mentor him, Saliba and Gabriel. But this kid is young, and if he lives up to his talent, dude, this is so much depth you have. He's young. He's only going to develop and get better. He's physical. He's tall. Like, I just like what this kid brings to Arsenal. And again, in situations like this where Saliba or Gabriel would go down, I mean, you would go to maybe Kiwior, who's not on the team anymore. But other than that, you wouldn't really feel very good about your options. Now you have him. Now you're getting the new guy. Blanking on his name. I think he's from Bayer Leverkusen. Arsenal, they look good in that position, and I just thought that the kid looked really good. Again, coming into Anfield, no prep, 5 minutes into the game, yeah, I couldn't have asked for anything more from him. I also thought Eze looked really good. In the 20 minutes that he played on the pitch, he was more creative and more dynamic than Martinelli. I thought he did a decent job of at least getting a couple passes out there here and there, and also still looked aggressive enough to go at it. I would say there was that one where he was pretty close to the goalie, and just didn't go for the shot himself. But overall, again, in 20 minutes, what am I expecting out of a guy that's getting 20 freaking minutes? Overall, I thought he looked good. And I would say really just that the defense, again, showed up. They did a really good job. I mean, especially keeping Ekitike and Mo Salah contained, especially Mo Salah. I mean, Mo Salah was in jail yesterday. He was in jail. Arsenal had him in jail. And I thought that overall the defense looked good. Again, it was just the attack. It just wasn't good enough. It was not good enough. There was not enough creativity. And for me, again, it all goes back to the manager. Just with the tactics, some of the stuff with the lineup and the subs, I just didn't agree with and didn't see it like he saw it. But yeah, just a brief recap of the game. Again, disappointing that you lose. Obviously, you would have taken a point there, but it was just the way that they went about things. It was like I said, it was the lineup, it was the subs. Just didn't feel like they were trying to play for 3 points. It felt like they were trying to play for a point, and that's what you get yourself into when you're trying to play for a point and you make one mistake. All of a sudden, you're down, and now you have to actually go equalize. Do you have the balls to do that? Do you have the guys to do that? Didn't look like they did yesterday. So it's frustrating, but you go into international break. You're getting a new transfer in. You're going to get, hopefully, Saka back soon. I want to see what this team looks like when they're fully healthy. I want them to play aggressive. I want them to play for 3 points. We'll see, but it gives them some time to rest, gives them some time to kind of recollect. Okay, it's a new team now, kind of go from here. And we got some big fixtures coming up as well. You got Nottingham Forest next, and then you got City. So really no time to take any breaks, but yeah, should be good. We'll see how Arsenal do in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, just wanted to get this out there. Let me know what you guys think about the performance from Arsenal and Liverpool yesterday. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. And if you're interested in checking me out on TikTok, check me out in the description down below, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.